The next speaker has actually got a very interesting story. I first heard him make a presentation at the Urban Development Association annual convention back in September. Eric Isbister is a recent transplant to Milwaukee, to the Milwaukee area. He moved here from the Northeast, where he spent a long career designing, building, and testing nuclear submarines for the manufacturer for the United States Navy. So it's a fascinating career. He saw Milwaukee as an opportunity. He came here, and we hear a lot of negative about Milwaukee. Tax hell, we don't want to live here, people are leaving town. Well, here's an individual who came to town from a very, very strong career, great credentials, bought a business that happened to be located in Mequon. Business was there when he bought it. And he had some great testimony on the importance of public transit to his business, to his ability to generate sales, to find qualified employees, and to meet his payroll. So for any of you who want to say that this is all about, that somehow transit, when people say transit is just glorified welfare program, Mr. Isbister is going to tell you, no, transit is central to economic development. Transit is central to a strong economy. So Eric.
Thanks for having me here. There's another thing about transit that's not just driving the buses, driving the trains, making the trains, laying the tracks. There's getting people to jobs. As Bob said, I have a small business, 70 people in Mequon. The closest you can get there by public transportation is Brown Deer. It's about 2.5 miles further north. Oh, by the way, there's still coyotes. I have jobs. My company will grow at the rate that I can get good people. I just hired 3 people in the last 3 weeks. Guess what? They all drive. They all have cars. I hired a young man out of the Army about 6 months ago. He's also an artist. He got a place down on Brady Street, takes the bus. He gets off at Brown Deer Road. He's my maintenance guy. If he leaves work, he gets back on the bus and goes home. If something breaks, he has to turn around and do it again. And there's about a 2.5 mile gap where he has to hoof it from the last bus stop up. So my company can grow. I'm very proud to be able to say we can train anybody. Anybody that wants to learn, they can come and be metal fabricators. So I have one individual, his metal fabricating experience was from McDonald's. I have another one that worked in a healthcare facility. Both of them are running $2 million machines now, doing a great job. But there's another thing. I wouldn't be here if I thought that we were being asked to go for something that you couldn't pay for. I've read this bill. It seems to have a process for paying for itself, so it won't be taking money from somebody else. It also seems to be that it's going to get the money from the people who are going to use the service. Sales tax in Milwaukee, paying for the transit in Milwaukee. There's another thing. I've been for almost 8 years now on the board of directors for a company called Whiscraft on State Street. Whiscraft hires blind people. If you want to mess with some people that really need public transit, mess with the disadvantaged people. You just add one, change the bus stop to the other side of the road, and they have to go across the road with maybe a cane or a dog and a snow pile. So I'd ask that when we're developing transit, we take into account the disadvantaged people. In summary, Milwaukee needs to decide it wants to compete. I'm a competitor. My company's a competitor. I've run the Boston Marathon 8 times. I've grown a company from 3 million to 12.6. Okay, Milwaukee's got to decide. Everyone wants to compete. I grew up on the Long Island Railroad. With $5 in my pocket as a kid, I could get on the Long Island Railroad and go to New York City for the day. My wife and I went to Hanover, Germany last March. We spent a week over there. We didn't have to walk more than half a mile. We didn't need a car. That place is very business friendly. If you come here, you almost need a car. That's a detriment to getting businesses to come here, to getting conventions to come here and say, oh, I like Milwaukee.